It has been a long time.
It's been a very long, like maybe a month. No, 3 weeks?
Over a month.
No, it hasn't been over a month.
Yes,
There's
it
no
has.
way.
I don't think we filmed in February.
What was the last one? The mystery
The
drink?
mystery cup, which was not a good challenge at all.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
More than kind of.
We're
But we're
not gonna
back.
spill the champagne.
Welcome to Two Girls on a Beanbag
On a couch.
on a couch in Ava's new apartment.
Yes. We're not going to show you, but it's very homey.
You're getting a little snippet here.
Yeah. This is my dog who just, there he is.
Bruno baby. Bruno baby. Hi, Bruno.
Why don't you go sit with someone else?
AKA me.
Today we're going to talk about sororities.
That sorority life. We were both in sororities when we were in college, and things have pretty much changed, and we have a lot of opinions on what we went through.
Oh yeah, I got strong opinions.
Everything that sororities entail has wild things that associate itself with.
The things you think you... Well, okay, I will say that joining a sorority in college, I'm not going to say it's like you need to join a sorority, but it is very beneficial to join a sorority if you're going to a big university like we both went to. I went to University of Arizona. She went to Washington State University.
Yep.
It benefited us both.
I found it to
Socially,
be
yes.
I found it to be very beneficial, and I had instant friends. Both my sisters were in sororities, and it just really helped catapult not feeling lonely in a new place when you're out by yourself and don't have anybody surrounding you. So I found the whole thing to be, in the beginning, I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm actually glad I did it.
Yes, but I also think that we both also, comparing the two experiences over the years, we both had very different experiences because you had a much smaller sorority, even though we both went to very large schools, and I had a sorority, like my PC was 100 something girls,
That is wild.
and you had a PC,
60.
which is pledge class, where you knew all the girls.
Yeah, 60 of them.
I couldn't name all the girls in my PC, and that's the whole point of a sorority, is they're supposed to be your sisters. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to, like, how am I supposed to know all those girls?
Yeah, and you're supposed to get to know the people in the pledge class above you, and then when
Below
you go
you.
through, below, yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be your big, and, like, all these things, and I just think at some point, and probably it became more like my junior year, and it just became, like, more of an image thing.
Yeah.
Once you get into a sorority, you made your friends, your little group, and then I think it came to a part where it's like, do you need to be physically in the sorority anymore?
Mhm.
Or could you drop and still have your friends?
Yeah, and you
But
probably could.
You probably could, but at the same time, it was such an image thing in college that could you, or would those friends drop you too?
And when people would drop out, at least at mine, more people would know about it in other fraternities and sororities. So if you dropped, people would be like, oh, she's not an AFI anymore, because they wouldn't be at like the exchanges, or they wouldn't have any of the clothing. Sometimes people would sneak onto the date dashes and people would just get extra shirts, but that was highly looked down upon. But overall, I think once you make your initial friends, you still stay friends. Like, I stayed friends with the people who dropped out of the sorority after they dropped out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true as well. I think just looking back 10 years later that I could have left the sorority like junior year or something and not be, also it's very expensive.
It's extremely expensive.
And I think maybe not have paid for 4 years of that. Bruno!
Go get him. Don't watch out for the thing.
Hey! Bruno! Inside! That is not okay. No. That is
Oh,
not okay.
oh, Bruno's gonna drop the champagne.
I think that you could probably get in with your sorority, get your friends, um, get yourself acquainted with the school, and then dip before you realize you're spending thousands of dollars each year. Um, but also, some people are like in it to be like, okay, well, after college, I want to be going to the, whatever. Like in my case, I was a theta. She was an alpha phi. But I want to be going to the theta conferences every
Mm-hmm.
year, and I want to be doing this, and I want to be part of the foundation, and da da da. I'm not that type of person. Knew I was not going to be that type of person. My grandma's that type of person. She is a tried out through and through. um, but yeah, I knew that was not going to be me. I found my friends, and I could have gotten out a lot sooner. Um, but whatever, you learn your lesson. And looking back, I do kind of see the stereotypes of sororities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is kind of ridiculous that we all stood in line and did our I love theta, kappa alpha theta. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we were told to do that over and over and over again
A
for
L
days.
P H
Yeah.
A P H I alpha phi. A L P H A
Like,
P H I phi.
that's it's kind of ridiculous that
It's really culty.
it's really culty, and then like the initiation process
They try to
even
make that.
cultier.
They
And
try to make that as
they
culty as
do.
possible.
Like
Yeah.
they're I don't know what they're trying to do, but when I think back to it, I'm like, shit, that was weird.
It was weird, and but the whole point of like the initiation portion, at least, is to have the history that went along with it because it was more less people went through recruitment like a while, like years and years and years and years and years ago. But now it's so normalized that they try to squeeze these little initiation ceremonies in there and have like secret chapter rooms and all of that stuff. And things just, it's just kind of weird now that we're going into this day and age, and it was weird when we did it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot that could be changed about sororities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that the whole like you get in if you're a legacy. Like I think it's a little too strict. I think there's a lot of things that we could change because it's also very oh, if you're not this house, then you're not whatever.
Yeah.
And all of that.
People were
There's
really mean
yeah.
about
There's a
if it was a
stigma.
bad house. And,
Yeah.
but the issue is that like houses differ from campus to campus.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's a stigma that goes with each house, and
yeah.
you also don't know that before you get on campus unless you do your whatever your research.
Or you have a friend, or like in my case, my sisters told me about some of the sororities on campus and what people called them or what some of their history was. And I kind of went into it with a little bit of knowledge, and other people don't know it all, and so they make blind choices. And yeah, it's just an odd thing. I mean, even the recruitment portion is weird.
Yeah, I mean, you can get dropped by someone you are a legacy of. I mean, I was dropped by my mom's sorority.
Yeah.
I didn't have the grades.
And a legacy is like Ava's mom was in X house.
Yeah, my mom was
and
a coyote, and I was dropped second to last day because they had the highest standing grades on campus. Good thing. I mean, regardless, it would have been nice not to be dropped by a legacy.
Yes.
It's kind of weird to be dropped by that, but yeah, I mean, it does happen. You don't have the grades to get in. You don't have the grades to get in. But yeah, I think in the end, would you rejoin this sorority going back into college?
I followed my sisters essentially, and if I didn't have their influence, I probably would still join a sorority, but it might have been a different sorority.
Yeah, I would. I've listened to my mom's advice because she was in a sorority. She wasn't a big sorority person. She didn't follow through with it because she switched colleges. I would still join a sorority. I don't know if it would be the same one. Probably. Um, I don't know. But I wouldn't have stuck with it through the entire thing. And I think part of it was a waste of my time. I think I would have found my friends and then dipped, like some other friends that did in that sorority. I had plenty of friends that did that in my sorority, and I think I would have joined that
Yeah.
circle.
Did yours require you to live in?
No, I wanted to live in sophomore year, and like I said, our PC was so big.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when everyone wanted to live in. You wanted to live in sophomore year.
Yep,
Couldn't
same.
live in, so I lived in the apartments, like the new apartments that went up on campus. And I lived in the apartments with two upperclassmen and two other girls that were in my class. So it was five of us. So much fun that year. And then the next year is when the people who couldn't live in that year tried to live in that year. So junior
Mm.
year is when I lived in.
Okay. That's
And
interesting.
yeah, so if you couldn't live in sophomore year, you lived in junior year. And junior year, I lived in, and Theta was a sleeping porch.
Oh my gosh. Mine was not a sleeping porch. You guys also had way more people, but like sleeping porches?
So if you don't
Ugh.
know what a sleeping porch is, we had some rooms that had beds, where you slept in your room, and then other rooms that, but even if you had a bed, it was usually a day bed. So it was just like you had a bed in there, but you also had a sleeping porch bed. And a sleeping porch is, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it other than we had two sleeping porches, and it is just like a large, large room, like double the size, double and a half the size of this living room. And it's just a bunch of bunk beds, and it has to be pitch dark at all times.
No light.
No light. You can go in with a very light, like I would go in with like my flashlight on my phone, and I would find my bed, and that's where you sleep. I will tell you, I got some of the best sleep in my life there. You always had a place to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't have like a lot of people had rooms where they shared with just one person
Mm-hmm.
in the house, like their room where they kept all their stuff. My room was called the Five Girl. It was the biggest room in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So my room was where everyone decided to party.
Of course. Isn't that not allowed?
There's a lot of things that weren't allowed.
Oh my gosh. We continue because we were not allowed to do that, and I have a story about that, but we're not going to get into it.
I mean, it was like everyone came to the Five Girl to pregame, and everyone came to the Five Girl to get ready before going out, and all of this. So like all of our friends who lived across the hall from us, in just like their two room whatever, they just came across to the Five Girl when they were ready, and then we started drinking, and then went out from there. So it was nice to, I guess, but I mean, yeah, I guess it was nice to always have the sleeping porch to be able to sleep. But I mean, there was no place else you could go. We had two couches in the Five Girl, but it was
Dang, so
pretty.
that was big.
Oh, the Five Girl was probably as big, a little bit smaller than this layout right here. Not including any of that, but it was probably maybe as big as right here
Wow.
was the Five Girl. But it had to fit five closets,
Mm-hmm.
five vanities,
That is just wild to me. So we had
and then a
four-person
main room.
bedrooms. We had four-person bedrooms. On one side was desks, closets against the wall. They were like closets that came out, I don't know, a couple feet, and then you had like a very small space for the rest of your stuff. And then on the other side was two bunk beds, and that's it.
So you all slept in your rooms.
Yeah, we had three roommates.
And was it dark?
No, it was just like a normal room. But people would put up like curtains and stuff so that it would separate the lights at night when somebody would be studying and then somebody be on the other side. But it was not at all like a sleeping porch. It was just sharing a room with somebody.
Mm.
But there was a wall in between the desks and then a small walkway and then
Oh.
the other side with the beds.
Yeah, I didn't think I could like the sleeping porch, but you got used to it. I promise you, it sounds really weird, but there was always a place to go to when you're a napper. When you're a napper, which I became a napper in college, because you have huge gaps in between classes, and you're tired because you went out the night before, and then you have to get up early for a class when you seldomly actually made it to that class. But if you did, then you go to that class and you're like, okay, because I can take a nap for like this to this, and then you have that perfect spot to take a nap
Mm-hmm.
where it's pitch black. Everyone cannot be on their phone. No one can have anything be going on in that sleeping porch.
I mean, I've been in a few sleeping porches. Just
Which
they weren't
ones?
ladies. So,
Guys have sleeping porches?
yeah.
Oh, none of the guys at Arizona, they did not have sleeping porches. I
They
didn't know
didn't.
fraternities had
Almost
sleeping
every single
porches.
fraternity had a sleeping porch.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, they all slept in dirty ass bunks with like fucking alcohol all over the ground.
I mean, I'm not saying the sleeping porches weren't like that, but
Oh no, I've never seen a sleeping porch at a fraternity. They
I
all
have.
slept in rooms.
I've seen multiple.
Oh, are you like actual sleeping porches, like big ones?
Mm-hmm.
Not just like a big room?
It's a big room with bunk beds lined everywhere.
How many, like, oh, so like actual, like 40 bunk beds or something like that?
Yes.
No, we didn't have that.
Not 40 because we weren't as big of schools than you guys. But
Huh, I didn't know that guys did that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. Yeah, guys had their own thing.
It's because your property just doesn't have enough space to fit bedrooms, so you have to have designated sleep areas.
Did you know that ASU, they have like Greek apartments? So they never had like a Greek row. They have like this like little like it's like apartments and then it has like their letters up here. It's like
Interesting.
Greek life there is like nothing.
Hmm.
So ASU's Greek life is basically shit.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
On top of having like number 3 in the world for STDs.
Okay. She doesn't like ASU. So, they're rivals. Hence the comments.
So yeah, that's what we have for sororities. Is there anything else we were going to touch on today's episode?
Are you still friends with anybody from the sorority?
Um, I would say a lot of people do not. Well, I was best friends with someone for a long time, but we drifted apart. We'll just be very nicely about that. And then the rest of them, they just don't live nearby. I would say I'm still like I'm not gonna fall into the whole trap of being like, yeah, they're my sisters. I'm not gonna fall into that trap.
Mm-hmm.
But when I can, uh, like we all have each other on social media and like stuff like that. But no one lives in Washington. Um, they live in like California or in all other places. So it's not like you have where
Yeah.
you're in Washington and you went to Washington State. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little harder for me.
Yeah, because you were in Arizona and
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
And
I feel like
everyone I came
everybody
from about.
either comes. I feel like a lot of people don't live in Arizona who went to Arizona. Like they
Um,
come in from other states. Was
a lot
that
of people, they came from other states or they came from Scottsdale.
mm,
But I didn't, I had a few. One of my best friends came from Scottsdale.
okay?
Um, that is no longer a best friend.
She shall not be named.
Story for another day. Um,
We're happy though. We don't want that. We don't want that.
and then other people like when I lived down in Arizona, they were down there, but you eventually start people who live in Arizona like grow up in Arizona, they want to leave, and then people who don't grow up in Arizona who then come to Arizona want to stay.
Right.
If that makes sense. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my gosh, I love Arizona. I want to stay here." And then people who are growing up in Arizona end up wanting to leave Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very like back and forth thing. Um, But then it's a lot of people are in California now. Some people are in Texas.
All over, I'm sure.
Yeah. So they're just all over the place. Whereas I feel like a lot of people who went to Washington State, um,
A lot
they're
of them came from Washington.
yeah, and
Hmm.
they're still in Washington.
Hmm.
Hmm. So, I mean, I've met a lot of your
Hmm.
friends.
Yeah, I still have a good chunk of friends
Yeah.
from the sorority. So does my sister,
Hmm.
and yeah, like the group obviously gets smaller as you age, and as soon as you leave college, you kind of like hang out with them for a little bit, and then it slowly withers down to just like your good old friends. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they're there. You try to keep in contact with them as much as you can, but everyone's separated across the country now.
Yeah, when you're in different states, it's a little bit trickier because you can't see, you have to go out and make it a purpose to see one another,
Hmm.
which makes it a little trickier. But a lot of people say, like, your high school friends aren't the friends that you hang out with the rest of your life. It's mostly your college. But I feel like now that our generation is aging more in like, we're in more of like a post college, post marriage kids world. And like, our parents, your parents went to college, mine did not go to college. People just,
My mom went to college.
your dad didn't go to college?
He started at Bellevue College. He didn't finish.
Mm. Oh, Ken.
Yeah.
Barbie and Ken. Anyways, but yeah, that was my last question for
Yeah.
sororities. But yeah, I would do it over again. I thought it was very helpful to me. My coworkers definitely make fun of me and that I tell them I was in a sorority and they're like, "Oh, figures." A
Yeah,
lot of the
I get
people I
that
work
too.
with don't weren't in sororities and I was like, I know, I just figured there'd be more people who were in sororities and fraternities at my workplace, but there's not that many.
I usually get like, "Oh yeah, you're set to the sorority type," and I'm like, I don't really know how to take that.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it should be like a good way the way you just said it. So fuck off.
Yeah. We have connections, okay? We have a
You know what I
lot
can
of
put on a resume?
connections.
I can put on Kappa Alpha Theta, and you can't put on jack shit. So where I might be applying, I might just have a sister.
Yeah.
Where's your brother and sister in that company,
Hmm.
motherfucker?
Exactly. We got sisters and brothers everywhere. I
Which
have sisters
sounds
on Ava's
super
campus.
cliche. Which sounds super cliche, but you know, sometimes it gets you places. So
I'm still on my Alpha Phi Beta Rho Facebook page.
I
And people
am
do
not.
job people put on job postings on there and it's like it's a little community. I know there's I forget which PC it is, but there's one PC that's really active on it. Nobody in my PC is really active on it, but I do like to look and see what's on there every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't keep myself active on any Kappa Alpha Theta, whatever the hell they want to call any of their pages anymore. I think I've taken myself off of those things.
Oh my gosh. One thing that I know has evolved tremendously is remember when we went to college, that was when Instagram like first came out.
It was?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if Instagram came out when we were in high school or
It came out when we were in high school, but more people started getting it like freshman year.
Okay, so we probably got it when we were what? Juniors?
I got it when I was a freshman.
There's no way you got Instagram when you were a freshman in college.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
No, we definitely got it in high school, but continue.
I can go look at my inception date, but I'm pretty sure it was in college. There's a way to look it up.
Okay, keep talking and I'm going to tell you when.
Okay, so the pictures that we would post were like the classic filters that Instagram would have on there. Like you would just pick a filter and then post it. And then nowadays, I mean, social media has evolved so much that these girls are like social media masters. They're like marketing an entire company.
I forgot I've archived so many photos. How do I find those ones?
Settings, there's a little like
This is the other problem. I'm
backwards.
so bad with social or not even just social media, technology nowadays.
You're getting old.
Shut up.
But what these people are posting, they actually archived all of the photos that were posted on Instagram from my
That
time.
one's from 2012.
2012, exactly.
That one is from 2012. You know 2012 is when we graduated high school.
Yes.
So the last one I have that is archived,
Mm-hmm.
I could have deleted some,
Mm-hmm.
is 2012.
I'm telling you, it was 2012.
That's senior year.
2012, what month? It just says 2012. There's a date on it.
I'm trying to get back to my archives. I just have to go back through my archives. I left the archives.
She's technologically challenged. No, I'm just kidding.
I have to go back through the archives. December 17th, 2012. So that was the beginning of senior year.
That was middle senior. Oh no, December of 2012.
Senior year
That was our
started in
freshman year of
August.
college. We graduated in 2012. We're a class of 2012. We graduated in June of
you're right.
2012.
Okay, so, but that was archived.
Ava, I'm
So-
telling you. I am 100% telling you. I got Instagram when I first got to college. I did not have Instagram.
Sometimes I'm ahead of you in things. So,
We did not have Instagram
let me go to Facebook.
prior to
Let me go to Facebook and see if any of my Instagrams were also posted to Facebook. Because I am certain that I had Instagram in where? How do I find these things?
So you're telling me you posted an Instagram with your Eastside Catholic friends?
No, that was a picture of my that was a picture of Elvis that
I'm saying
posted
if you had it in high school, you would have posted pictures with your Eastside Catholic friends.
Why would I not have posted one with you?
Or me.
Yeah. Why is that so hard to believe?
Okay, keep searching.
Keep talking.
There's a way to know, like, you've been an Instagram blah 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 for this many years.
Uploads. How?
I don't know.
Can you tell me?
I
So don't
can't
have
tell
to
you.
scroll
I could
through
probably
all of
search
my
for it.
photos?
I could probably search
Because
for
I'm
it.
going back. I'm like scrolling.
Do you have the
through
same
everything.
email? Do you have the same email you had?
Yeah.
Oh no. Do you still have Ava for Elephants?
Elephants for Ava?
Elephants.
Yeah, I don't know the password to that one. That one I've had since I was like in middle school. And I don't know the password to that one. Okay. Maui. Did I post any of the Maui pictures to Instagram?
When was Maui?
Senior year of high school. Would I have been able to post? And here's prom. Did prom get posted? Albums.
Is it gonna say Instagram?
Usually, isn't there an Instagram album on here?
I have no idea.
Ah, I feel like Facebook's changed.
It is. Facebook owns Instagram.
Is that what's changed? I swear there was an Instagram album on Facebook.
Facebook owns Instagram. Sorry. Meta. Meta owns Instagram.
Okay, where's the place you were talking about of when you first?
You can go to, like, I don't know, profile?
That pissed me off. You know what just pissed me off is that I don't have any more muted accounts because that.
Well, while you're there, why don't we, while she's in her settings, why don't we see who you blocked?
Oh.
Who have you blocked? Is that your blocked?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
a lot of people blocked.
You have, I can see the blue.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. She's blocked 5 people. Are you willing to say any
I'm
on
just
camera?
more pissed about me having that other person that's not on muted anymore. Because they are supposed to be muted, but I got blocked.
She muted somebody, and they blocked her.
For no goddamn reason. No reason whatsoever. Because I'm not a blockable person. I'm not a
She's
blockable
really not.
person. I'm a very nice person that you'd be lucky to have in your life. Okay. Where
She's bitter.
do you...
She is a
I'm
bitter old woman who can't do
bitter about
technology.
the fact that I can't.
It's like Khloe Kardashian. I don't even know how to block people. Only the young cool kids know how to block people these days.
I'm bitter about the fact that I can't find how to find out how long I've had Instagram.
This is Ava. This is Kim
Oh,
Kardashian.
is it under
Oh my
account
god, he
status?
blocked me! What a fucking loser! Immediately calls Chloe. He fucking blocked me! That's how Ava feels right now.
I've only been blocked by one person my entire life.
Okay.
One person.
Who have you blocked?
Oh, who have I
Are you
blocked?
willing to say any of them?
Yeah. So one person from Ski Pro.
Ooh, okay. Her old job.
One person from Eastside Catholic.
Okay. So a high school block makes sense.
I'm like really confused by some of these, to be honest.
You just refollowed them?
No, I feel like I can unblock some of these.
Who? Show me.
I don't know why he's blocked.
Who the fuck is that?
He's an old neighbor.
Was he
my
being weird?
sister's age.
Was he being weird?
No.
Okay, then
He's
unblock.
a family friend. I think that was not supposed to happen. I never even followed them.
Maybe you meant to follow and you accidentally blocked. Who else?
I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to unblock them. I don't know why I would block her. It's my sister's friend. They never gotten in an altercation. By altercation, I mean like a problem, not like my sister isn't getting physical altercations. And not unblocking you, fucking creeper from Ski Pro. That's the one who I
Oh.
because he was calling me a bitch every day at work.
Oh my god. That is
Okay.
like really uncalled for.
Yeah, well, they didn't do anything about it, so.
Okay. Well, I can't look
How-
at my blocked
Why?
because my phone is recording.
Oh, right.
We didn't think that one through.
Okay, you want me to look at my blocked on Facebook?
Sure.
How do I find that?
You're the one who has your phone in front of you.
Okay, let's see. Settings and privacy.
Maybe.
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe up here? Blocking. Oh, one of these is the same person from Instagram. And the other one is no idea who that is. Must be a spam person. So we'll
Oh my
keep
god.
both of them
I didn't
blocked.
tell you who randomly messaged me the other day.
Who?
Not the other day, like December or something.
It's March. What does he even look like?
It was very odd.
Is it just under that name?
He had like a dream about me or something, or like, no. I'm gonna have to pull it up and show you, regardless.
Why is that his profile picture?
I'll show you the messages after this. Well,
That's
anyways,
weird.
Ava is unable to determine her Instagram inception date. We will find that out for you guys next time. So, and next time I will go through my blocked.
Well, you're gonna have to go through it beforehand.
Okay, yeah, we'll go. Ava and I will just go through it now. Anyways.
Okay, well, yeah, I think. Yeah, I can't figure out if when I.
Okay.
got
Well, Ava's
Instagram.
technically challenged. We're gonna say goodbye to the pod.
I can't figure out when I got Instagram.
She can't even hold the mic up to her
Sorry.
mouth.
I can't figure out when I got Instagram.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out and chat about it next time. So, thanks for
Okay.
joining us. Two girls on a beanbag on a couch.
Two girls on a beanbag.
And say goodbye to Bruno. Peace.